Hello, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a little sewing vlog. I bought some fabric yesterday to make the Henrietta skirt by Spaghetti Western Sewing. So I'm going to do that in today's video and hopefully something else. I just cut out the fabric, so I'm ready to sew. I just need to thread my machine and then we can get going immediately. The fabric that I'm using to make my skirt is a printed gingham. I forget what kind of fabric this is. It's either cotton or linen or maybe a cotton linen blend. It was about $16 a yard and I got it from Stone Mountain and Daughter in Berkeley, California. They're both the same. They're just two different scales of gingham. And I chose this color because I liked it, but also because they had two scales that had the same exact colors. And I really wanted to make a skirt with two different scales of gingham. I saw this, I think it's a Sandy Liang dress, I'm not sure. I saw it on Pinterest and I was really inspired by this. So that was my inspiration for mixing the gingham. And the Henrietta skirt has these two gathered pieces on the sides. And it also has a seam that runs down the center, like princess seams kind of, but for a skirt. So I did the larger scale gingham for the front and the back, and then the smaller scale gingham for the two gathered sides. And it's already cut out, so I'm just gonna get right into it. I'm so excited. I'm really into sewing right now. I also got some other fabrics at the fabric store yesterday, and then I got some remnants too, which I'll show in a little while. So the first step in the pattern was to gather the sides and attach them to the yoke, which is what I have done here for both sides, and now I'm going to sew it.
12 seconds later. I did the two sides and the front and the back, and then I stitched them all together, and now I have this. This is the skirt, and I did some top stitching. I'm sure it's hard to see. Oh yeah, and then the yokes and the front are the larger gingham and the sides are smaller. And now I have to put the waistband in. Or I have to make the casing, I think, and then I put the waistband in. And then I think I just hem it and then it's done. This has been very, very quick. It's probably been like an hour. It's extremely fast. But I'm having fun. It's nice and easy. Skirt's finished. It worked out pretty well. The pattern was a lot simpler than I thought. It was very easy. I also think I could have made bigger size because when I put my elastic in, it didn't really there are just some places where like it's flat. Like it's not really doing that elastic look where the waistband is bunched together very much, and I think if I made a bigger size I would have had more fabric being like cinched in with the waistband. So that's the only thing that I thought looked kind of funny, was that the waistband wasn't like super cinched in, but it does fit. It is cute. I also, in my inspiration, I realized that the bigger gingham was on the outside, I think, and I did my bigger gingham in the middle rather than on the sides. But whatever, it was just an inspiration image. This doesn't look anything like it anyway. I think I'm gonna make another skirt now because I have another sewing pattern and I want to make like this, so I want to make some skirts, but one of the skirts I want to like get really creative with, and I want to use this one pattern that I have, but I want to make basically a mock-up first. So I'm gonna just make like a basic one in a different fabric and then see how I can modify it after. And I have this vintage pattern. It's a new look pattern from the 90s and it's a pretty simple skirt. I think it just has gathering and an elastic waistband, so it should be really easy. I looked at the pattern pieces and it's just like a front, a back, a waistband. There's also a pattern piece for interfacing, and I don't have any interfacing here, so I will not be doing any interfacing, but I think it'll be fine. But we'll see. We'll see when I make it. But I acquired this pattern. I also acquired a couple other vintage patterns. I found this vintage Perry Ellis pattern. These are all pants. So there's like, they're different lengths in the pictures, but they're also different amounts of volume. So like the one in the middle looks kind of like a standard wide leg pant, and then this first one here has like the most volume, would probably look like a skirt when you're actually wearing it, and then this one kind of has like mid volume. I don't know, I don't really have a plan for this yet, but I thought it was a really fun pattern. I also have this pattern from the 90s. Cute little dress. This is from the company called Style, and it's pattern number 1909. I don't really have a plan for this yet either, but I thought it was a cute pattern and looked pretty simple. I've been really into the idea of making skirts lately, so I got a bunch of skirt patterns. I got this one, which is a butterick pattern. It's number 3643 and it has 5 different skirts. I really liked this one, letter B. It has some cool seaming, but I don't really have a plan for that one right now either. And then I got this one, Very Easy Vogue from the 70s, number 9311, another long kind of simple midi skirt pattern. This one, Easy McCall's, number 3185. I wanted a tulip skirt pattern because I saw this amazing picture on Pinterest and I thought it was so cute. So I found this and I thought this could be a good pattern to make a skirt like that. The last one that I have is this McCall's pattern from the 70s. It's number 4269 and it's for both pants, a skirt, and this cute little top. I also don't have a plan for this, but I thought that top was super cute, especially, I guess they're the same. It's the same top, but I thought the tie at the waist was super cute. And then the fabric that I have that I think I'm going to use to make the next skirt is this remnant. As far as the fabric that I have acquired recently, I got this, I think it's cotton, I'm not really sure. My cat is being crazy. He's like running around and jumping onto the walls. I forget how many yards, but there's a good amount here. I do think I'm gonna use this to make the next skirt that I make in this video. Another remnant, this is only about a yard of this pretty, it's not really, it's like kind of a flower-ish shape. It's kind of an abstract shape, but it's this really pretty fabric. Actually, it doesn't say what kind of fabric it is, but I thought it was nice, and it's just a little remnant. It has this kind of pleating, I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but it has this like texture running through it that kind of looks like pleating, so maybe I'll make a little top. I found this fabric and I don't really know what it is, like as far as these images that are all over it, like if it's referencing something. It's some kind of like silk satiny feeling fabric. It says La Caricature under all of these pictures. I thought it could just be cool to make, it's just a scrap and I was intrigued. I thought it could be cool to make just like a simple oversized button-up shirt, maybe an oversized short sleeve shirt. The fabric that I got that's new, not remnants, that I have kind of a plan for, are these polka dot fabrics. So I got these from Stone Mountain in Berkeley, California, and they do have a website so you can order fabric from them. These are designer dead stock fabrics and they're all by Paul Smith. So they also had like them all together in the store, and that's why I bought all 3 scales, because I loved the red and white polka dots, and just seeing that they had the 3 different scales, I was like, I have to do something with all of them, like all together. I think I got 2.5 yards of these ones, and these are like a different texture on the fabric than this one. I only got 1 yard of this. This has kind of a like ribbed texture. They're all woven fabrics, but it has this kind of like twill weave through it. So these ones I want to be more like choosy with what I use them for, and so I was thinking I will make a skirt with this pattern with that blue stripe and then like modify that to make a cool like funky skirt using all 3 polka dots. Okay, now I'm going to try to make this skirt. I also saw this really pretty skirt on Pinterest with these like pin tucks and some trim within the skirt. I'm not going to do the trim because I don't have any trim, but I think I will try the pin tucks just to add something to the really simple skirt shape. Finished making the blue skirt. I like the way it turned out. I ended up kind of just winging it with the waistband because the elastic that I had was too big for the pattern. So I made like a little draw cord and then I stitched a flat
tie to the front, and then I'm going to tie it at the sides when I wear it. I think it's pretty cute. And now I want to move on to making my polka dot skirt. My idea for this skirt, it was inspired by a Sandy Liang skirt that I saw on Pinterest. So I took that inspiration and I did a little flat patterning and I made the yoke portion of the skirt. So I made 2 pieces. This is one piece and this is the other piece, so they'll connect like that. And these dips are for some darts. I want to make it kind of nice and clean at the top, so I'm going to put a zipper in. I don't have the zipper currently, but I left room on my pattern for a 6-inch zipper. And then I'm going to make a waistband that has a little overlap, so I can put a button or 2 buttons, one on the outside, one on the inside, for the closure as well. So I made my waistband pattern piece and then these 2 yoke pieces, and I'm eager to cut it out. I just like walked the pattern to make sure it would work, but I'm a little nervous because I haven't done flat patterning in a long time, like probably 5 years. So I was just kind of like doing it from memory. I'm eager to cut out my fabric, but I really don't want to mess it up because I only have 2 yards of the smaller scale polka dots and 1 yard of the large scale polka dot. Also, in my little sketch, I drew it so it was the medium-sized polka dot at the top and then the small and the large in the skirt portion. But I think I might do the smallest scale around the top and then the medium and large scale for the gathered skirt area. Probably the small, or I'm not sure, but probably like a different waistband dot from whatever I choose for the yoke. But I'm really excited. I hope I can make this in time for Valentine's Day, if it's cute, because I think it would be really cute to wear a skirt like that on Valentine's Day. I think I'm just gonna go for it and cut out my pattern pieces now and do a little sewing. I spent some time figuring out how to sew these together. I ended up not having enough of this medium scale dot, so I did the smaller dot for part of the skirt portion. I also realized that I did my darts incorrectly. It's been like 5 years since I did some flat patterning, so I did the darts wrong. But it wasn't detrimental. I actually ended up using the pieces that I had already cut. I just snipped off the excess for the darts. So I had made this shape and I put darts in it because I wanted, this is what I was thinking, which was incorrect. I put darts in it to make it bigger, I thought. Like I was taking this and I was gonna make it bigger. But then like when you sew a dart, you actually make something smaller a little bit. So I was like taking fabric out of the hips when really I didn't want to do that. So I just cut them out and it may have affected the shaping a little bit, but it's okay. So that would have been, actually it was on all 3 pieces had the incorrect darts on them. And the shape is a little funny right now. It's not totally straight. And I think that's because I had this like extreme shape where it went from like narrow and then it opened up really quickly. So maybe that was kind of incorrect. I don't know. It's not for a class. I'm not gonna get graded on it. So it's fine. It is looking like a little crazy and like maybe a little bit 80s right now. But whenever I like look at this and I start to think it looks kind of ugly, I'm just trying to think about Comme des Garçons because it's kind of giving Comme des Garçons. So I could wear it, well, I'm going to put a zipper in it and I'm going to put a waistband on it. So in theory I could wear it any way I want, just about. I'll probably have a side zip, but I could also potentially put the zipper in the back. So if I had a side zip, it would be like this, where you'd get mostly the medium scale dot and then a little bit of this crazy Minnie Mouse dot. Or I could wear it on the other side, and this is where we have the same scale as the waistband, or as this like yoke piece, which would look like that, kind of. I think it would be scooched a little bit over. I need to iron this still. You can't really see. I'm sorry, you can't see. Maybe this looks wild because it's just like this is all the same, and then you have this huge dot. But whatever. I'm just gonna keep going because I bought this fabric to make a crazy skirt, so might as well just commit and continue to make the crazy skirt. I don't have a zipper. I need to buy a zipper. I think I'll just get like a 6-inch metal zipper. I also need a button, but I'm sure I have a button that I could use. 2 buttons, actually, because I want to have like an overlapping waistband that would have 2 buttons. I don't know what my next step is. I wish I had the zipper, because I think I'd put the zipper in, but I could maybe put the waistband on, or maybe I should put the zipper on first. Maybe I'll call my mom and ask what she thinks I should do next. Because I don't want to like do something that I'm then going to have to remove when I put that zipper in. Hi. It's the next day now. This video is over the course of many weeks at this point. But it's the next day. I put in the zipper. It's over here. The only thing I have to do left is hem the skirt because the hem is crazy. It's every piece of polka dots is a different length. And I have to sew the buttons on. But other than that, it's done. And the little crunching sound in the background is my cat eating. I'm pretty excited with the way the skirt looks. It's definitely extra. It's definitely like, I just have to think of it as like my homemade Comme des Garçons skirt because it's a little crazy, but it's fun. I ended up using the large scale dot for the waistband. See, I just need to put the buttons on, and then it would look like that. I did kind of a poor job of putting the zipper in. Whatever. Got the big dots, medium dots, small dots. This is like how I designed it. So it would have this long piece on the side and the front right here. But I think like you could also, since these are symmetrical, you could also wear it like this. It's just like, the tricky thing about this is this big dot was like a different weight than the other dots. So it definitely held the gathers in a different way. And it's like much more voluminous than the other fabrics. I'd wear it like this. But I think I like it like this the most. I'm gonna figure out the button and do the hem now, and then it will be done. So I made 3 skirts in this video. Go on my Instagram and I'll eventually post a picture of me wearing the skirt when it's done with the buttons, because I don't even know if my machine will make a buttonhole or if I'm gonna have to make a buttonhole by hand. So I'm just gonna end the video now. 3 skirts, woohoo! Let me know what you think of the skirts, and if you've made any skirts recently, or if you have any skirt patterns that you recommend. Also, like any patterns in general that you recommend, because I'm just getting back into sewing, and any like indie pattern designers who have awesome patterns, please let me know in the comments, because I really want to like sew more clothes. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!